Good evening. I'm Dan Kerrigan. Ahead in the newscast, see who came to visit the Kutztown University radio station.
And I'm John Leonard. Ahead in sports, where the baseball team places in the Atlantic region, and the KU Student Bookstore Athlete of the Week.
And I'm Lee Martin. Those stories plus your extended forecast right here on Newsbreak.
Listeners tuned in to Kutztown University Radio to hear a special guest today. Chuck Domino, president of the Reading Phillies and Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs, stopped by to talk to the KUR broadcast Town and Gown on Common Ground. Most Hagen Godarov talked with Domino from 3 to 4 p.m. During the show, listeners called in to ask questions. Prizes were also awarded during the show. Chuck Domino has had a long-standing career with the Reading Phils and the Iron Pigs. Both teams serve as farm teams to the reigning world champions, the Philadelphia Phillies. Domino is a member of the Berks County Business Hall of Fame and resided in the county for 22 years. More news on Kutztown Elementary Schools. Yesterday, the Kutztown School Board rescinded its decision to reconfigure the 4 Kutztown Elementary Schools, a reconfiguration that will include closing Albany Elementary and consolidating the other 3 district schools. The board voted 6-1 to rescind the January 20th decision. The vote came after the threat of legal action. Pennsylvania State Code states that, quote, school districts are required to conduct a public hearing 3 months before a decision is made to permanently close a school, a hearing that did not occur after the original reconfiguration by the school board. 75 residents attended the meeting, and the majority wanted the schools to stay the same. Currently, the elementary schools will stay that way. Well, Lee, the weather's been kind of acting up lately. It's been warm, cold, and then what's it going to do? What's happening for the next couple of days?
Well, it's been all over the map, and we're going to see some more of those patterns repeating. But we've got more for weather after the break, so stay tuned.
Look around campus, talk to students, meet professors. At Kutztown University, you'll see people learning to make a difference. Whether you live on campus or off, you'll find activities and clubs for personal enrichment, school spirit, or just plain fun. You can participate in sports or support the Golden Bear teams from the sidelines. You can stay healthy by visiting the state-of-the-art Student Recreation Center. KU's art, entertainment, and educational programs make the campus an exciting place to be.
Welcome back. Here's Kutztown's weather this week. Today it was dreary out. We saw a high of 44 degrees under cloudy skies. Tonight we'll see cloudy skies again and possible showers. We'll see a low of 35 degrees. Tomorrow it looks like rain with a high of 57 degrees during the day and a low of 29 degrees at night under a clear and breezy condition. Now we'll take a look at the extended 5-day forecast, where we will see a high of 42 degrees on Thursday and a low of 23 degrees. It'll be partly sunny and a little breezy. Friday, we'll see a high of 47 degrees and a low of 27 degrees under partly sunny and cold conditions. Saturday, we're going to see a high of 48 degrees and a low of 30 degrees with clouds all day and all night. Sunday, we'll see a nice high of 51 degrees. It's going to be mostly cloudy with a low of 32 degrees, maybe a little rain. And finally, on Monday, we'll see a high of 48 degrees, breezy and rainy with a low of 34 degrees. That's all I've got for weather. Back to Dan at the desk with a little more local news.
Thank you, Lee. Local unemployment rates are on the rise. Current reports released by the State Department of Labor say that Berks County and the Lehigh Valley are topping unemployment rates that have not been seen in over 15 years. Berks County hit a 7.6% rate, Reading jumped to a 12.3% rate, and the rate in the Lehigh Valley jumped to 7.5%. Allentown alone hit 11.5% increase. Overall, the study reflects the unemployment rates for the month of January. Numbers are expected to keep rising as the recession continues. Economists believe that the increases are due to job losses in manufacturing, construction, and retail. The Pennsylvania city with the highest job loss rate is York, with a 12.4% unemployed. If you'd like sports, head over to the Student Union Art Gallery in the McFarland Student Union Building. The gallery is featuring sports photography by Matt Smith. The exhibit is named Photo Field. Smith states that, quote, "The photography within Photo Field captures the human element in the game, the devastation of the loss, the thrill of the victory, and the loyalty of fans young and old, and the community created around it," end quote. It will be available to all students until Thursday, March 12th. For more information, call 610-683-4870 or visit the website on your screen. And John, great time in sports. You had the winter sports kind of getting into their postseason, some March Madness, and you also had the spring sports kicking into gear. So what's going on with KU?
Well, Stephen Dennis got awarded a good honor by the school by being named Student Bookstore Athlete of the Week, and the men's and women's cross country team, track and field team, are doing a wonderful job in the classroom as well in the field.
Excellent.
You can get all that when sports is next. Welcome back. Let's start with baseball news, where the Golden Bears find themselves in first place in the Atlantic region after their quick 12-5 start on the season. The Golden Bears received 4 votes from the National Collegiate Baseball Writers Association of Division II to receive this honor. The team was originally ranked 5th in the Atlantic region, but after their success at the past 2 tournaments, the Golden Bears surged to 1st. The rest of the top 5 rankings go as this: Slippery Rock 2, Pitt Johnstown 3, Shippensburg 4, and Westchester ranked 5th. The Golden Bears open up PSAC play when they take on East Stroudsburg on Friday. Now we will move to some basketball news, where Stephen Dennis was named KU Student Bookstore Athlete of the Week. Dennis was sensational last week, leading the Golden Bears to an NCAA Division II tournament berth. Dennis, in a win last Tuesday against Mansfield in the first round of PSAC playoffs, scored 31 points. Dennis, in the second game of the playoffs, scored 32 points in a 103-90 win against Slippery Rock. And finally, Dennis scored 28 points in the championship game loss to Gannon. This is Dennis' second time being named Athlete of the Week. And finally, let's get to some track and field news, where the men's and women's teams were named a Division II All-Academic team. This is the 11th straight season that the women's team was given this honor by the United States Track and Field and Cross Country Coaches Association. The women's team finished the fall season with a 3.38 GPA. The men, who were also given this honor, finished the fall season with a 3.10 GPA. Congrats to these 2 teams.
John, it's great to see KU athletes excelling on the field as well as off the field.
They truly earn the name student athletes.
Absolutely.
They do. They do.
Thank you, John. And thank you for joining us tonight and every Monday through Thursday night.
At 7:30 p.m. right here on KU TV, Channel 24.
Newsbreak. What are you watching?
Good
Good
night.
night.